Hello there guys, it's Joey and this is a requested set. This is Dark Lady of the Fae. So the request for the set was a particular scent and a dark Fae energy, and other than that it was kind of left up to me to feel out those energies and feel where I wanted to go with it. So Dark Lady of the Fae has a duality to it, for certain. Firstly, you have the Dark Lady of the Fae. It's a very regal, sovereignty-based energy. It's the queen of the Dark Fae, personal power energy, a commanding presence. There's very much an element here of sexuality and sensuality, and embracing our personal sensual selves, our sexual side. The Dark Fae are often the forbidden, the hidden, sometimes the shamed energies, and they are looked down upon, they are demonized, if you will. And it's not to say that Dark Fae energy can't be tricksy, it can't be a little bit dangerous, it can't be a little bit naughty, because it can be all of those things, but like anything can, and treated with respect and worked with honour, both those Fae energies and those energies within ourselves are best embraced. In fact, the spell set has an energy of learning to embrace our dark side of ourselves, the darkness, not as an enemy, not as something to be feared, not as something to be healed past, but a natural part of who we are. There is a real interesting energy around the Fae as a concept, as a visual concept, and it almost came across almost like a Fae carnival. And quite frequently when I work within Fae landscape, within Fae meditation, within Fae visualization, to do with crafting and creation of products, to see where the particular energies go, Fae nearly always comes across as a kind of a showcasing. And we had a masquerade imagery, and this is a little bit more of a carnival-esque image that came to mind. It was very much a show, a very much an idea of impression and trying to impress and trying to, a little bit of a sleight of hand, a little bit of a deceptive element, but then came the big reveal, and it was mystery and magic and not quite knowing everything that's going on, but getting a feeling, getting a visual, getting an image, and it being very much about tantalising the senses, which of course Dark Fae energy is all about. There's a very deep-rooted sexuality within Fae magic, particularly within Dark Fae magic. It's very much about the sexual side. And, you know, the folklore to the Dark Fae side of things kind of backs that up. And at the head of the carnival is the queen, so she's very stoic in a lot of ways, and in this image, and there's all this sort of carnival Fae whimsy going on around her, and she's just strong and regal, and she's quietly enjoying herself and quietly smirking behind her fan, but she has that naughtiness, but she also has that regal commanding energy. So you have both that duality within the set going on, and it was fascinating to see how this set grew out of this particular visualization. The items within the set are actually requested, and there is of course there is 2 pillars to this set. The other one is still cooking as you know, setting. But I wanted to make the video showcase the different items and really sort of discuss and talk about the different things. So we're going to start with the herbal blend. The herbal blend is possibly my favourite. I do really adore it. I adore this set actually. Its carnival feel is just, it's just so unusual for me. It's so different, so naughty. It's great, I love it. Right, so this is the blessing salt, and it had to be a blessing salt for this one, because usually, like, you know, if it felt wrong to want to burn this energy. Does that make sense? Like, the burning is a little bit too close to the iron, is a little bit close to the... it didn't feel right within this whimsy of this set. The set was set at night, with it being dark fae, with it being mystery, with it being shadow and illusion, with it being carnival, the bright flash of fae as you know, they shine inwardly. To burn the incense felt wrong to me, and so we went with the blessing salt. The blessing salt is based in a darkness, in a black blessing salt, and then with a lot of this sort of fae, whimsy, lighter elements running through it, so we have the duality. It's really pretty as well. A lot of the time fae is very pretty, and then the energy is punchy, and I love that duality to fae products. So then we have the spell oil. Give it a shake. Again, you can see, you know, there are darker elements mixed with the lighter, whimsier fae elements. Then we have the spell cauldron. So it was requested for 2, and so they are similar but obviously not the same. So they kind of create the illusion of separateness, but they're actually interconnected, is how it came across and how it felt. And that's something true of the entire set. It's very much based in both worlds, both the fae realm and the human realm, and the stoic sovereign energy and the fae whimsy, fun, silly energy. Oh, it's just that duality within this set. It's beautiful. So for the other items, you're going to see the duality in one base, but for the spell cauldrons, because we had 2, they kind of create a doorway, and then we kind of have the colour divide across the 2 cauldrons. So both are rooted in the black, with the black wax and the black cauldron, and so it creates that dark fae energy, and then that sort of burst of colour, that burst of life through the colour, tone, and the flowers, herbs and resins and goodies and goodness that's in it. So then we have the votives. There are 2 votives, and you can see the duality of colour within one base. And last but not least is the pillar. Again, there are going to be 2 pillars. I just wanted to get the video done and dusted so you can see, and I hope you like it. Again, all, and then the duality of colour within the top here. One colour and then another. All centred as requested. Right. So, I think we've covered all the energies. Yep. So this, again, is the Dark Lady of the Fae spell set. Such an unusual one, such a strong visual, such a determined way of it coming into being. I wasn't originally going with a carnival feel, I had to tell you, and I sat and meditated with it, and it was just this very strong visual of how this had to be, and that's how it came into being. So I'm pleased with it. I hope you like it, and many blessings.